Another sleepless night?
Yeah. Zerai have increased the number of patrols again.
Should we relocate again?
An abandoned sanctuary? If anything, our chances will only diminish with time.
Then what do you propose?
I think I just want to rest my feet and listen to another story. Ironically, it is aligned with our current struggle.
How so?
It all boils down to politics, and I mean to leverage them once I got the means to do so. There were too many skirmishes along the border, too many traders missing, too many harsh words, too many verbal barbs and insults, and that was before the thing about the massacred younglings had hit the ether waves. There would be war, both sides knew, but even so the Terrans had sent one last diplomat to the Imperial Court to present a document. Not a surrender or peace offer, but a document of a kind High Adeler of Nightadon had never heard of before. Tentacles quivered as the High Adeler finished scanning it and started anew for the third time. "Treaties? Rules?" The High Adeler boomed in disbelief throughout the palace as its tendrils scanned the Terran words one last time. "Laws? Laws? In warfare?" Lowering its head to focus on the lone earthling standing alone in the great hall, the High Adeler let the document flutter away on the evening breeze as he continued. "There are no laws in war," it said in a voice that shook ancient walls. "War is an existentialist struggle between opposing systems, a savage crucible that purifies the strongest by removing the slag and dross. Banning weapons and tactics for being too effective is..." "May I suggest that you reconsider?" Emissary Josh interrupted as he deftly snatched the fluttering sheet from the air. "That before you throw all caution to the wind, you ought to remember who and what Terrans truly are, not merely what you Xenos believe we are." Josh paused for a second, looking around the shadowy hall only lit by the fluttering of bioluminescent insects before he took a half step towards the High Adeler on the cold stone floor. "Yes, we drink solvent for recreational purposes. Yes, we consume neurotoxin as a minor stimulant. And yes, we use chemical irritants for flavoring our food. But that is just the surface-level behavior. It is what you see us doing, not who we once were and can become again." Josh straightened up as his voice became lower and quieter, focusing the court to hush to catch his words. "Over the course of human history, we have weaponized sticks, fire, rocks, metal, and when that was not enough, we weaponized chemicals, bacteria, viruses, and even ideas. We decided that it is more efficient to maim our opponent rather than killing them outright. We have turned cities to ash. We have turned fields to deserts. We have razed human nations and shattered human civilizations. We have created wastelands where the soil itself is barren 100 generations later. Yet we never achieve peace. Atrocities breed more atrocities." Another half step. The murmurs of the court pitched up an octave as the diminutive biped closed in on the High Adeler. "We have done things to ourselves and others so bad that just learning about it caused the complete collapse of the Wegnian Federation, and they never learned even half of it." Josh stopped, just one step away from the High Adeler, iron scrapped against the ancient stones as the High Adeler leaned away from the looming presence of the little mammal. "Do you really wish to start this cycle anew? Do you really wish us to start using weapons that we find too gruesome, to unleash our inner beast once more so we both can find out what new horrors an unfettered humanity can come up with and let us loose on the galaxy? We do not wish to, but if that is what we must do, we will," Josh said as he thrusted the documents towards the towering alien. A solitary gong sounded in a distance, signaling the setting of the twin suns. As Josh's voice dropped to a mere whisper, the court fell silent. Even the bioluminescence of the fluttering insects seemed to dim. Or do you sign on the dotted line and agree to these rather reasonable limitations on the conduct of war?